Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Santi. If you're already here, kindly smash the like button. If you're new, kindly subscribe to the channel and support your boy as I push my way to 10,000 subscribers. In today's video, we're going to discuss the Arsenal 2023-2024 season review. What a season. What a season it's been for us. What a season of football in general. I mean, we came short at the end of the day, but you can't sweep under the carpet the effort of the team this particular season. I think what killed us this season was the fact that we started the season poorly. That December run. I think that's where our season, I think that's where we came up short this season. No matter what we did the second half of the season, we went 17 games, only lost one game, drew one game, and that still wasn't enough for the damages that was already done in the first half of the season. And that's how crazy it is when you're competing with this City team. You cannot afford to slip up at any point during the course of the season. Last season, we started the season strongly. We finished poorly. We couldn't win the league. This season, we started strongly, or we started poorly, or let me say averagely, and we finished strongly. 2024, we lost one game, we drew one game. It's still not enough. I know it's ridiculous, it sounds crazy, but that's the standard of the league we're competing in right now. And if you want to win, you really need to match these standards. If you really want to win against this City team, you cannot afford to slip up at any point during the season. You genuinely cannot. I know it's ridiculous. You're not robots, but these are the standards now. We finished on 89 points. We had more wins than the Invincibles. Most win in an Arsenal Premier League season ever. It's still not enough. Least goal conceded, least SG faced in the league, best defense, second highest number of goals scored in the league, and all of these things is still not enough to win us the league. If you want to win against this City team, you get your business right in the transfer window. There's no room for this player needs to come in, needs times to settle in. There's no room for, you can't even start to experiment. There's no room for all of that. You have to be perfect. You genuinely have to be perfect. We finished on 89 points. That's more points than 7 of Sir Alex Ferguson Premier League winning season. More points than 7 out of every single Premier League trophies Alex Ferguson won in his career. That's how crazy and ridiculous the standard of this league is right now. And if we want to win, we need to match those standards. We need to compete at that level. I expect us to go into the summer transfer window, get an explosive winger. We genuinely need an explosive winger because our most consistent winger is this team is only Saka. Martinelli would have one good season. Next season, it's not there. Trossard is really had an amazing season. It's been clutch for us, but it's not as consistent as it should be. I mean, that's how crazy it is. It's not been as consistent as it should be. We need someone that will be very consistent on the wing, over the course of the season. And we need that winger. He should be able to play on the left wing, should be able to play on the right wing. Madrid are getting Mbappe. We really need to show ambition. Turn up to Madrid, ask for Rodrigo. Some of these players that cannot get into the team, that will be sitting on the bench for to accommodate Mbappe in the team. Get one of these players. That's what we did with Ozil back in 2013. When we were not even competing for the league, we walked up there, got Ozil of all players. So I see no reason why we shouldn't be looking at these kind of players. Go to Bayer Leverkusen, Florian Wirtz is there. Get these kind of players in. If you're competing with this City team, I'm sorry, the minimum requirement for you to have a chance at winning the league is 90 points and nothing less than that. We're unbeaten against the traditional Big Six in the league this season. All of these wasn't enough to win us the league. I mean, we dropped. We only managed to gain 1 point against Fulham, 0 point against Aston Villa, just 3 points against Newcastle, just 4 points against Chelsea. I think these are the games that cost us the league, not because we lost one game in 2024. And you can see my energy, bro. I'm genuinely down since that final whistle yesterday. I'm Even though I didn't have so much hope going into that game yesterday, but the hope has already built up. Considering our run this second half of the season, the hope had already built up. Like we should be able to win the league this season. And again, we just couldn't do. These guys have won 4 Premier League titles on the bounce, 4 on the bounce, and they don't seem to be stopping soon. They are, if care is not taken, Man City will overtake us with the number of league wins, and you know, in due time, they'll probably become the third most successful club in Premier League. I don't want to talk about their off-pitch whatever until they are found guilty. I mean, nobody can really say anything about that. You really need to go into the transfer window, match their spending. I'm not going to throw any player under the bus. I'm not going to throw any. I'm not going to, slap the manager or kill the manager. But I feel like the players, at some point this season, especially that December run, sort of let the club down. We're the better team in most of these games. They just couldn't finish. If only they could finish their chances in those games, probably get at least a point each. In all of those games were lost, and that would have been enough for us to clinch the league. But they were not up for it. And the manager as well, beginning of the season, this experiment of Havertz in midfield, despite the fact that Havertz has had his best games at this club, up front, he just persisted at playing him in midfield, even though some of those games Jorginho was right there on the bench. It would just, I don't get the stubbornness from him, and that also contributed to our season. Aside those two things, and of course PGMOL in games like Newcastle, the clear penalty at Aston Villa, and the guys you're competing with hardly get these controversial calls go against them. This is not me being sore loser. I already congratulated Man City. I don't hate them. I only envy what they've achieved. I wish that's my club right there, achieving these things. There's no shame in admitting that. But I'm just saying, they hardly get this controversial cause go against them in the title race. Bro, the same thing last season, this season as well. Aside these things, I'm really proud of the team. I'm really proud of how far we've come as a club. I mean, a few years ago, nobody would think we'll be here competing for the league in back-to-back seasons. Last season when we did it, they said it was a fluke. This season we came back again, pushed even harder to the last day of the season. We just couldn't do it. And I said one thing last season: we will go again next season. It remains to be seen which club will go with us. And you could look at Manchester United at their worst season ever in the Premier League. Chelsea were celebrating, finishing sixth in the league, Europa League spot. And we are devastated at coming second, despite getting Champions League football as long, I mean, a few weeks ago already. We clinched that a few weeks ago, and, just falling off short to win the league. And we're really, really devastated. That goes to show the standards at these clubs right now. And one other thing is the fact that our cup run has been poor over the last couple of seasons. I can't even lie about that. Going into next season, we need to take this thing serious. Carabao Cup, I don't care. Whatever competition we're competing in next season, be it O2 Cup, whatever cup it is, so far it's a competition we're competing in next season. We need to go hard at every single competition. We genuinely need to go hard at every single competition. If you're not going to use some players, there's no point giving these players contracts. Nelson was there. I was rooting for Nelson to play some part this season. Considering the fact that last season he had some impact, and then whenever he came on, it was really, really brilliant. Showed glimpse of qualities last season. And you come into this season, you offered him 100,000 a week, 5 years contract, and you don't trust this guy enough to, even play him in some games. You rather run Saka to the ground. So if you don't trust these players, just let them go. Smith Rowe is back in the team. He's hardly getting minutes. If you don't trust me anymore, sell him, let him go. Fabio Vieira has hardly played. I can't even say this how many games this guy has played this year. I know he's struggled with injuries here and there, but he's been available for like few weeks now. He's not even getting poverty minutes. So if you don't trust these players, just let them go. We need everybody we can get, every single legs we can get in this team during the course of the season. We need every single one of them. Every single one of them. I think congratulations to Raya, Golden Glove. What an amazing season it's been for him. Declan Rice, what a player. Saliba, Gabriel, every single players, every single member of this team. I'm personally so proud of every one of them. They made us believe. They are the reason we started believing in the first place. I know it's not enough. We've not really won anything, but I can feel it. It's really close. We keep pushing every single season. One of these seasons will definitely be our own. It's okay to be disappointed, but there's nothing to be ashamed of. We've had an amazing season. And I'll say this again. Next season, we'll go again. Next season, I believe this team will be back next season and better. If there's one thing I love about this team is the fact that they learn and they learn very fast. Last season we started poorly. We started strongly. We finished poorly. This season we started poorly. We finished strongly. And I want to believe they've also seen this thing that this is not good enough for the standard we're competing with. It's not good enough. Going into next season, I expect them to hit the ground running on all fronts, from game week 1 to game week 38. If it requires we going unbeaten in the league, I know it's not easy, sounds crazy, sounds ridiculous, but we really need to try hard and push for this thing. I want to believe they've learned their lessons from this season and the previous one, and they should take this as experience, lessons learned going into next season. And I'm really, really rooting for them. We'll be back next season with this same set of players, the ones that the manager feel like they are not good enough, or any player that I don't want to be here, ahead of next season. It's fine. They can go replace them adequately. Let's do our business as early as possible in the summer, so there's no excuse of one player didn't have full preseason, this player didn't have full preseason or whatever. Get your players in as early as possible, and we push again next season. Let me know what you think about our season in the comment box. Smash the like button. Who was your player of the season? And I will see you on the next one.